So we're on the little Idolcam that could. Handheld, no tripod because the G85 borrowed it. It's a sibling rivalry, but we'll compare them later. Uh-oh. Social distancing in full effect. So this is going to be my full review for this camera. I love it. There are some things that I would like to give the creator warning of, and maybe he can fix some things in a firmware update, but today we decide, is this worth buying? Over like a GoPro, over a little mirrorless? The G85, nothing's worth buying over this. Get real. Get real with yourself.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So this little camera is not even a big company. It's just a guy. He went to China. He had an idea, a dream. And he's like, okay, I think I could do this. And he did it. By golly, he did it. I prefer the image coming out of this to the GoPro. If it was all about the image, I would throw that GoPro in a lake and hope the Loch Ness Monster pooed on it. Was that a squirrel? I sensed you. Hey, buddy. Hey, little buddy. Come. I have nuts. I always have nuts. Here. Yay. So while this thing is amazing for what it is, it does have some quirks, for sure. So I have to tell you about them. I got to be honest. And you'll decide, are these things worth suffering through, or we good to go? So first thing I will say right off the bat, if you're not using a lav mic connected, forget this thing. It has the worst handling noise I've ever heard. If you use the internal mics and you're holding it in your hand, just forget about it. It'll pick up every sound. And he has these little external mics that you plug right into the side. They sound really good, and I'll test them later. I forgot to bring one. God damn it, I'm life. But even with that thing attached to the body, if you're touching this body, you will hear it. So you need a tripod, and some tripods, I was hearing it in my hand like this, like hearing this in the mic. So I don't know how it transfers, but it does. Be wary. Another quirk, right now it seems good, but sometimes with every single gimbal I've ever tried, eventually it starts doing one of these. Right now we're good, and you can just balance it quickly. It's just a little tap on the button. So it's not a huge problem, but a lot of my videos, until I started paying attention to that, they're just kind of leaning. I got it in the mode that doesn't ever lean ever. So I fixed it, I think. But what a fantastic stabilization. When I use the GoPro, I figured it out. Let's switch. So we're on the GoPro 8 now, and I did some tests. The stabilization in the back is amazing, but that means we wiggle with the camera, and you can see it. I'm bouncing up and down, side to side. I'm the one wiggling in frame, and it just looks so stupid. As you're wiggling around, it's like I'm the jerky one. If I want to switch and go like this, like what is that? It doesn't look natural at all. So that's why the gimbal is superior. What's superior to both is this bad boy. Get that in your life. Now, while I do prefer the image and the sound quality coming out of the Idolcam to the GoPro, I still end up bringing the GoPro instead most times because it fits in a pocket. I somehow managed to get this lumpectomy in my body, but this is a giant pocket, and it's very clunky, and that is annoying. It's almost like you might as well bring this at that point. Focus hat confirmed. Oh. Okay, in comparison with the G85, which is an unfair fight for even the toughest camera, it just loses the battle instantly. We're very sun-Britain. I find... Oh, there. No. Oh, that's hard. It's harder than it looks. I like the Idolcam. It has good dynamic range, better than the GoPro, which also shocked me. But the thing is, like, you basically have to carry this rig with you when you're doing this thing. I have to put this on this kind of tripod to get it away from my body, which brings us to the major complaint of this camera. I'm not in focus. I'm just not. This thing was designed for vlogging, but the closest distance is farther away. You can tweak the lens, but I haven't found a Allen key small enough to fit in the thing, the screw. So he is saying that he's gonna he's thinking of sending like 2 lenses, one close focus and one for like landscape, mother F's. Frickin' landscaping their lives. I do love that you can see everything back there. That should be the focus, but I want both my cake and my background and eat them both. But now we're far out. I put this back on the tripod where I'm used to shooting, and maybe I'm in focus now. They had masks. The masks of the Covenant. We're in a very shady area. How's it doing in the low light? And we're about to hit the surface of Venus. I find it exposes pretty well eventually. Sometimes it looks like, oh, that's a little rough, but when I get it back into the computer, I'm like, oh, look at you, not bad. So the reason you bring this over the G85, because it is lighter. For you weaklings that don't have the monkey strength program, I feel for you. It's tough. But it does have slow motion where the G85 doesn't, unfortunately. And it's somewhat decent footage. Now this brings me to another thing that you just have to be aware of, and maybe this can be fixed in a firmware update, but there's 2 slow motion modes, one with audio and one without for some reason. I don't understand why there's the 2. Same with the Sony a6000 lineup. Like every Sony camera has those 2 modes. One's worse and one's better. Same exact frame rates. Just give me the better one. Don't confuse me. It's like you have to swipe up and press slow motion, and that's a very quick way to get into slow motion, but that's the bad one. If you want the good one, you got to change the frame rates, and that takes longer in the menu. These are all minor issues though. The reality that faces us, we have a tiny camera with perfect stabilization, a flip up screen, external audio, like it's the best ever. It's just I want him to improve some things selfishly so I can enjoy my cake and eat cake. The crazy thing about this camera, it's actually an interchangeable lens camera. Are you believing? It's so windy right now, you don't even hear it because we have external audio. You have a 85mm equivalent macro lens. You can do slow motion macro shots. All right, I put the macro lens on. You can screw it to focus. Oh, look at it. Look at the glory. We're on the 85mm. I'm trying to get it in focus. It's so hard to tell. Is this the best vlog ever? I do believe it is. 85mm vlogging is the future, my friend. Be a part of it now or get left behind. I don't want that for you. Oh, ruling of thirds. Is it? Or do I need to be further out? This is good content. I'm telling you. Is there blur? Is there tone? If I could focus it and put it on the tripod and hold it further away, it'd be good, but I could never actually tell if I was in focus. There needs to be peaking in here. There's none. It's hilarious how close it can focus though. Oh my goodness. That is content right there. But the tone possibilities are endless, my friend. Can you even tell there's people coming? Oh, the ghostly image. Oh, wow. It's got a fisheye lens as well. I don't like it as much. It seems a little off. And you can correct it in camera, but only in 2.7K. So there's that to think about. You can film in 4K and do it in post, but my computer struggles even looking at the file. But if you edit the whole video and then go back and add that effect, then you're good to go. I've done it. All right, we got the fisheye lens on now. It's quite a bit wider. I've been tweaking with the exposure compensation. It's at -1 now, finally. It's been at nothing the whole video. Even the GoPro and the G85 were both at -1. You need that in these kind of bright scenarios. How's the backlit? Is it too wide for our own good? So I'll show you the microphone. I brought it. It's this little guy. Plugs right in there and it comes out one side and rejects the back. So let's see, compared to now, with traffic running by, the lav mic. Now we'll switch it. Okay, now we got the mic on there, and this is what I'm talking about with the handling noise. I don't know if you can hear it on the tripod right now, but when I start touching the actual camera, I just notice bad things happening. Can you hear anything like that? Oh. It should be okay from here. I'm really far away from it. Waiting for some traffic. It's coming. Did it reject the traffic noise better? That's a motorcycle. That wasn't happening in the last clip. That's a problem. That's a problem. I flipped the mic around, so now I'm talking from behind, and I flipped it to face me as I record the world. Just one thing I noticed about this mic, you're probably hearing it right now, it doesn't handle the wind very well. Even though it has a wind muff on it, it doesn't work very well, unfortunately. How's that looking? And another thing I will say, the flippy screen, it doesn't mirror you. I'm on that side instead of, I'm used to it being on this side. It's the correct way, that's what the movie will look like, but I wish it was mirrored. That could be added in a firmware update. Let us hope they do. How's the fisheye? Oh wow. See that pole? Now we can bend it. Fish hack confirmed. Wow. Seems bright. All right, back to the lav mic. One slightly annoying thing, the fisheye lens and the regular like 24mm lens, they look almost identical. There's no markings on it, so it's hard to tell. And none of them have a rear lens cap. So that feels, I'm afraid. Should we all be afraid? A little bit. It'd be nice if there were little lens cases. The tiny little lens, I feel I don't like putting them in my pocket with other things. So a little snap-in plastic case to cover those little bad boys. The guy told me they're working on a 35mm Tony 1.4 lens as well. So when he has it, he'll send it to me. Can you imagine though, the flexibility? I wish I could change the focus on this. I will look in the hardware store for a tiny little Allen key. And if we can, then we bring it in a notch. It's kind of like a Canon camera. It's not really in focus. It's not very sharp. One thing I wish this camera had was a flat profile, because straight out of camera, which is what you're seeing right now, it's a little contrasty and saturated. It's very, like, look at those blue skies. They look like that, but for the skin, it's not the best thing ever. So it'd be nice if they had log in here with a internal Fuji Eterna LUT, somehow copyrighted in your favor. Because I do grade it, and things get weird. They get weird fast, but I like it. This thing also has lights that you can clip onto the front, and I will do a test. I'll try to do it tonight, a night vlog test, and see if it outperforms the Canon EOS R in low light. I bet it will. All right, here we are. Nighttime on the Canon EOS R. I'm in a dark alleyway. I'm safe. I could be safe. Oh, it's too bright now. Oh, that's a lot of light. Okay, so this is the pure darkness here. Let's do a little side by side. Oh, there's a light over there. How can I avoid it? I'll just face the wall. Oh, God. All right, this versus the Idolcam beside me. Can you see a difference? I don't see it. Personally, I'm not seeing the difference here. Oh, that is so blinding. It's like a plus and a downside at the same time. It's two beams, two high beams. So that loser over there doesn't even have a magnetic light that clips on above his lens. What a geek. Oh my god. Poor little Canon. Where is it? I lost it. So you can vlog, kind of. Is it still getting me? Feels like it's barely, unless you're really close, and then you wouldn't be in focus anymore. That's arm's distance. All light just falls off. So you gotta just have it in here. As long as you don't look at the lens. It's good times. Good vlog. This is good. Great invention. Wish I had thought of it. Especially this amazing low light out here. So to wrap this thing up, is this camera worth buying through my affiliate links down below? We just changed the exposure down to minus 1.7. I'm sorry the whole video's been so overexposed. I didn't think about it. But that's one of the little things. Like, it would be nice to have a custom mode setting that we could set up certain things. Okay, minus EV on a sunny day, and have it be a quick switch. There's this Wi-Fi button in the middle. I would love it if that just switched between like 5 or 6 different custom modes. The slow motion that I want, this mode. And it'd be nice if future models had different color buttons, like a red record button. Right now there's 3 gold buttons, and I always have to remember, okay, power on the right, record on the left, Wi-Fi in the middle, never touch that. Poison. But yeah, it's a fantastic camera. I just wanted to point out all its little nitpicks so you know what you're getting yourself into. But all that stuff, none of it's a deal breaker. It still gives you good footage. Great stabilization. You can switch the lenses out. Amazing audio. It's not the perfect camera. Let's be real with ourselves now. I think perfect camera needs 1 inch to APS-C sensor. Somewhere in there. A little wider lens, because I do have to hold this thing way out. If I could hand hold it, that's ideal. If I could put it in a pocket, you're talking my language. Battery life's pretty good. I'm still on the same battery that I used this whole video starting yesterday. And you just have to be careful, like press record and then turn it off. Don't have it like using the gimbal the whole time you're walking around waiting to record. Turn the thing off and then you're good. You could just turn the gimbal off. There's a gimbal off mode. How handy. He thought of everything. Apparently he has an infrared lens that can see in the dark. Oh, send me that one, buddy. I'll buy it. I'll buy it right now if it's $11. Hey, buddy. Are we friends? Oh. How you doing? So in the right hand, you got yourself a good camera here. Noobs like me, we may make it look a little uglier than it needs to be. But if you practice, you'll get there. So links are down below. I will make money off your purchase. Thank you very much. It costs you no extra. And I think we're done. We're done here. Thanks for watching the video today. Thumbs up if you liked it. There's no reason to give it a thumbs down. Just thumb it up. And subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you in the next one.